With revenue of $10.7 billion, with 16,850 stores in 40 countries, Starbucks is obviously the largest coffee retail store. Starbucks has 1,370,000 employees, which is 2 times the size of Greenland's population. Starbucks spends $300 million on healthcare insurance for its employees, which is more than it spends on coffee beans. Now, some may say that's foolish, and others may say it's risky. But as JFK once said, those who are willing to fail miserably will achieve greatly. And I think Howard Schultz would agree with this. All thanks to one man whose ideas and persistence made Starbucks a company with a soul. So let's praise him for one or two things. First, Howard's ability to take risks, to build his company and to save his company. And secondly, Howard's treatment of his employees, how he gives them respect and dignity, unlike his father was given. Howard is truly an inspiring man who any business person could look up to, and sets the bar for other companies to follow. After graduating from the Northern Massachusetts University with a degree in communication, Howard found himself working for Hammerplast, where he first was in contact with Starbucks. He kept in touch with them for a year and eventually became the director of marketing for Starbucks. While on a business trip to Milan, Italy, Howard had his visionary idea of a coffee house. Now, Howard went back to Starbucks and suggested it, but they didn't want anything to do with it. So Howard moved on and tried to create it himself. Now, this project would cost him $400,000, and, well, Howard didn't have that money. So the owners of Starbucks and a doctor helped Howard start up the company. Now, 2 years later, the owners of Starbucks sold Starbucks to Howard for $3.8 million, and Howard then renamed his shop, and he started spreading Starbucks throughout the United States. Without the risks Howard took, the Starbucks we know and love would not be here today. Howard took more than financial risks. He also took risks within his business to make sure his business was according to his morals. In Howard's book, Onward, How Starbucks Fought for Its Life Without Losing Its Soul, Howard describes the risks and ideas and procedures he had to take in order to save his company, but also keep the baseline morals he made when he created the company. One risk Howard took was when he closed every single Starbucks in America to teach each employee how to make a cup of coffee. Going back to the roots of Starbucks, to improve it not only as a company, but to improve it for its customers. Howard Schultz was a visionary for businessmen. When he was a young boy, his father was unfortunately injured on the job and was fired because of that injury, and he did not have health insurance to get better. Howard and his family lived in poverty, and Howard did not want that to happen to any of his employees. So Howard is one of the few companies that offers benefits for those employees at Starbucks that work 20 or more hours a week. Your benefits at Starbucks would include 401ks, insurance policies, bonuses, health care, and shares. And they do more than that at Starbucks. Starbucks employees, it's a community. They do service and they do community building. And they also make Starbucks feel like a new home, a second home, is what employees say. That's truly amazing that Howard could do that. Howard Schultz didn't save the world and he didn't create world peace. But he was a great businessman. He was a man of his word, a man of his morals, a man of his ideas. Howard Schultz's greatest contribution to the world was his execution of his morals and execution of his determination to make what he thought was right. Yes, he did make a great company, and yes, he does have great benefits. But his example is the best thing for us to learn from. As JFK once said, a man may die, a country may rise or fall, but an idea lives on. Ideas live past death.